Prasad, what do you feel like the biggest missed opportunity is right now with what's possible from a data standpoint, whether it's targeting or measurement, in what you're seeing in Dish?
I think, to Brad's point, I think the savvy advertisers have they're not missing anything. They're actually hitting all the right notes. They're doing the right kind of targeting upfront. They're ensuring that the campaigns are delivered in the right fashion, and then they're investing. So none of this is cheap, right? So they're investing the money in measuring it on the back end and trying to figure out how can I, deploy those learnings in the next campaign. I think the missed opportunities are on the advertisers who think that addressable is too expensive. And to Adam's point earlier, there is a sticker shock aspect to it because you're pricing on the scarcity of an audience, but that's no different than digital. Digital prices a scarce audience significantly higher than mass market audience, right? So there's a little bit of a siloed thinking, if you will. So once that breaks down, I think the floodgates should open. So
again, it's a paradigm shift, right?
Yep.
Where it has been a buy broadly and less expensively when you can. There's power in that. It's a proven model to a more, dare I say, programmatic way of thinking about the world, which is, every opportunity is treated differently and valued differently because the expected result has differing value for the marketer, and that's very different.
That's is powered by measurement. Unless you know what each impression is worth to me on an ROI basis, there's no point in asking for a $50 CPM, for instance, right? So we're in the early stages of tying the loop so that the appropriate benchmarks can be set that say such and such impression is worth so and so because it makes me so many dollars on the back end, and that's how people will start to be willing to pay what the market is asking.
So how much of what you're doing is still education?
I think about 50-50. So it's education for us too, right? We are, there's a new data partner every day. So what is it that is unique to that data partner? How do I integrate it? We have PII, so we have to be extremely careful, and we are subject to some very specific laws on how we can share it. So we have to be very careful about how we integrate with a new data partner while they might bring really interesting data to the table. Can I do it? Who's going to do it for me? Can I use Experian to act as a broker? Can act as a safe haven? So those are the questions that are learning opportunities for us as well as for the broader marketplace.
So how long before we think of television as being truly data-driven marketing?
I think that's an interesting question. It's always been data-driven. I think it was data-driven 30 years ago. You just were working with different kinds of data. Some of the best marketing mix models were based on whatever data they had. It was just sparse. I think what's happened is the same statisticians have now gotten their hands on set-top box data and better targeting, have been able to tie it together, and now they're starting to create the richer attribution models, richer lookalike models to be able to do the targeting that is natural to digital. So I think what you're seeing is a different facet of data-driven marketing on TV.
That's well said. That's good. Then how long until television is truly addressable at some grand scale? What's our tipping point?
So I'd say in the marketplace today is about 40 million homes, across all the different MVPDs that do addressable. But the amount of inventory that's actionable against those 40 million is small. So some fundamental economic models will have to be thought through before more inventory becomes addressable, and I'm not sure what the timing is on that. So.
That was very diplomatic.